Okay, so I am coming to you from my bird area in my house today because it's a nice day and I wanted to film outside, but it is windy and the audio wouldn't be so great. So, this is Phoenix. He's an African gray, and I don't know if Walter's gonna come out. He's over here. He's an African gray too. Congo African gray. But anyways, this video is going to be about learning about me a little bit more. Things about me that you don't know. Yes, I do Dollar Tree hauls, but of course there's more to me than that, just like there's more to you than what you specialize in with your YouTube channel. So I thought I would share a few things about myself, and I want to start with something light, because there is something kind of heavy and serious that I want to talk about, but let's not start with that. So the first one's kind of obvious. I love animals. I have two dogs. I have a Mastiff and a Dachshund Poodle mix, and I just fed them, so they're kind of in a coma, food coma. I have a cat. She's an indoor-outdoor cat, and I live in a kind of a rural area, so she kills mice for me, which is nice. And then obviously I have the two birds. I also have 20 chickens, and I have 4 rabbits. I used to have more rabbits, but I kind of downsized on my rabbits. Oh, hi Dozer. You want to say hi? It's my Mastiff. Hey, buddy. He is overweight, but he is about 200 pounds. He probably should be a lot less than that. He's chunky, just like me. But yeah, here, go through. Go through. Go on. There's not a lot of room. Go. No, don't lay right here. Oh my god, you guys. Animals, let me tell you. So anyways, so yes, I do have a great love for animals, but I am not like a PETA fanatic. I also love to eat animals. I am a meat eater, and I also hunt. I hunt deer. I've hunted rabbit before and small game, but mostly it's deer. I started hunting when I was 13, but then I took a break from that until I met my husband, who hunts as well. But the main reason that I do hunt is so I can feed my dogs, because I feed my dogs a raw diet. So they don't eat dog food. They eat muscle meat, organ meat, and bones. Yes, raw bones. And there is a science to it, but it's not really that difficult. And I feel like with anything, processed food is not the best. So, you know, the less processed it is, the better. And instead of giving them a meat-flavored cereal, I give them meat. And I think it makes them healthier, and I'm hoping that they live longer. So the reason I got the birds, and I was only supposed to get one, but that's another story. I got this guy and this tree and a whole bunch of other stuff for free from this lady, but yeah, it's a long story. But the reason I wanted to get a parrot was because I had a third dog, and I had that dog for a very long time. I had him shortly after me and my husband met, all through when we got married and got our own place. And my gosh, we probably had that dog for, I don't know, like 13 years, and he was already an adult when we got him. And last year we had to put him down. He was a black lab, and he was a great dog, and it broke my heart. When you have an animal that long, it's just, it sucks because dogs don't live long enough. And it got me thinking, like, what kind of animal can I get that lives longer than a dog? That's gonna outlive me? And I came to pretty much 2 choices. One was a tortoise, because they live to be like 100, certain species do. But a tortoise, for me, they're not very interactive. I don't necessarily need a cuddly animal, but something that would interact with me more, that looked forward to seeing me, that kind of thing. And the other option was a parrot, a larger parrot, because each species of bird lives a certain amount of time. African grays live to be about 70. So they're gonna have to go in my will, because he's 5 and that guy is 6. So I do love animals. I do love to hunt. The other thing, and the reason I'm making this video, is because I am very antisocial. I find it very hard to go to social events. And that is because I have generalized anxiety and also severe social anxiety. But I'm human and I do need to socialize. I think it's in our nature. But it kind of makes it difficult when you have this horrible anxiety inside. And I also suffer from major depression. I have been institutionalized a couple of times now. I put myself there in a psych ward due to depression, and Walter's being really bad. Walter, what are you doing? You bad bird. Sorry. But anyway, so I wanted to talk about it because the thing is like a lot of people are very private people and they don't want to talk about it, and that's fine. But I think we need to bring it to light a little bit more, because I think people don't take depression and anxiety that seriously. And the truth is that although it's... Are you serious right now? Okay, hold on one second. This bird, I tell you what. So the thing with parrots is if you're not giving them attention, they will try to get your attention. And that's what he was trying to do, because I'm paying attention to the camera and not him. But anyways, so anxiety and depression, they tend to go hand in hand, although you can have one without the other. But I want to bring it to attention because a lot of people downplay depression and anxiety. And the sad truth is it's not a choice. Like, I don't think anyone that has depression chooses to be unhappy all the time. I think if it was a choice, we would all be happy. But unfortunately, that's not the case. And so anyways, with my story personally, I have suffered from this for about, I would say, 15 years now. I started taking medication in my early 20s, and I'm still on medication, and I have been through many antidepressants. I think I'm starting to run out of options. I can't even remember all the names. I've been on Effexor, Celexa, Wellbutrin, Zoloft, Prozac, Paxil. I mean, there are so many of them, I don't even remember them all, because it's been, 15 years now. And I'm currently on Lexapro, which is what they just put me on when I came out of the hospital. I also take anti-anxiety medication. So you might be wondering, okay, if you have social anxiety and depression, then why are you on YouTube? It's a good question. Because when you put yourself on the internet, you're opening up yourself to criticism. And I've already experienced that. But the thing is that nobody out there can say anything as bad as I have to myself. So what I'm saying is I'm my worst critic. And usually these people that spread these negativity, this just mean stuff online, they're usually unhappy with their own lives, or they're 13-year-old girls going through puberty, or something like that. So it doesn't bother me like it would in real life, because people have this false bravado when they're behind their computer screen and they feel like they can say whatever they want to. And that's, it's unfortunate, but they're out there, and that's fine. I've accepted that. So I know that putting myself out there on YouTube with my problems, my issues, is opening myself up for criticism. And that's fine, because nobody can be as mean to me as I am to myself inside. So anyways, I'm working on it. I'm working on trying to be a better person. I want to spread the message out, though, of how serious of a problem this is. A lot of people suffer from depression and anxiety. It is a real thing. It is serious. It's an invisible illness. It can kill you just as much as heart disease can kill you. And you may think, well, yeah, suicide is a choice, and it is a choice, I guess you could put it that way. But until you've experienced the constant self-loathing and, self-hatred, and, you can't really say it's a choice. Bullying is just as bad. Bullying, I don't really suffer from this anymore. This was more like a middle school thing for me with bullying. It got better as I got older. But I know there are a lot of people out there that suffer from bullying, and especially now that everything's online, it's, you know, cyberbullying. And I hear all these horrible stories of these young kids that kill themselves because they're getting bullied online. And they're not mentally mature enough to realize that it's not important what those people think. So yeah, this got really heavy, and I'm sorry. I do try to make light of things. That's my way of handling things. I'm not necessarily making a joke of it, but I do try to make myself laugh, even though it is a serious, very serious matter. For instance, when I was in the psych ward, you know, you watch these movies and TV shows where, like, or in prison shows where, like, they cheek their meds, you know, like they hide their meds in their mouth. I tried to do that just for fun because I was so bored there. And what the shows don't tell you is that those fun drugs, they're not really fun, but the drugs that you would want to cheek that would possibly give you some sort of high or whatever, they're dissolvable. So I'm trying to cheek these meds just for fun, and they dissolved in my mouth and I couldn't. Like, I would spit it out as soon as I got in my room and it was all like powdery, pasty goo. So don't believe everything you see on TV, guys. I'm just saying. But yeah, there's a lot more to my story with depression, but I don't want this to be all about depression. It's not all that I am, you know, there's more to me than that. I have very dark, morbid sense of humor. I love animals. I am not a crafty person, but I do like to make things, so I make soap and stuff like that. Yeah, so anyways, this, you know, I think about these videos while I'm driving in my car, and I think maybe I should start just making them in my car, because if I'm focusing on the road, my mind opens up and I can really divulge more than when I'm strictly looking into this camera and I kind of get like the deer in headlights kind of thing, because there's so much more I wanted to tell you and I can't remember now. But anyways, so I hope that maybe you learned a little bit more about me. I am expecting negative comments, so that's fine. I would like to share more about my life with you guys if you're interested, and I would like to know more about you. Whatever you want to share with me. I know people are private and they don't want to necessarily air their dirty laundry or whatever, and that's fine. Although I don't think depression and anxiety are dirty laundry. I think it's just a diagnosis that we have to work on and try to better ourselves and make it known how serious of a condition it can be. So whatever you do in your life, just be nice to people, because you never know what they're going through, and you can't judge someone based on what they look like, because, you know, sometimes people look fine, but inside they're internally imploding. They're hiding their sadness, their guilt, their anxiety, whatever. And so for you to criticize them, it just makes it so much worse for them to keep it together. But yeah, so anyways, thanks for watching. I didn't want this to be depressing. I wanted this to be light and delightful. Come here, Phoenix. Come here, buddy. You want to say hi to everybody? Come here. Come here. Step up. Oh, he's being a little brat today. But anyways, so I hope you guys took something good away from this. My bird usually loves me. I guess he's afraid of this chair. This chair is usually not here. Birds are weird like that. But yeah, so if you have any questions about raw feeding or depression or parrots or anything that I've talked about, feel free to message me. You can private message me. You can make a video yourself if you want to interact that way. If you want to email me, I'll leave my email down in the description. I'm an open book. I'm not a private person at all. I will talk about literally anything, and I want to be there for the people that have no one to talk to, because I know what it's like. I have supportive people in my life, but sometimes it's just stuff you don't want to talk to with your family or friends. So I can be that person for you if you want. Anyways, I'm gonna go back to Dollar Tree hauling and decide whether I want to actually post this video or not. Yeah, I'm gonna look at it and see if it's any good. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the YouTube. Bye bye.